What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Left Sided Show. Hold on here. All right, so I'm setting up a new. There we go. Oh, there we go. I should be coming through both speakers now. I am setting up a new show in my StreamYard OBS. So I'm kind of setting it up as we go. We know how that works out. Welcome to the show. What does it say? Chat is disabled for this live. Why is that? I did not set it to be disabled. All right, hold on. What's going on here? Let's take a look. Are nobody allowed to chat? Is that how that works? Fudge. You know, the last time I screwed this up, it was on kids or something. I don't want that. All right, let's see. Switch accounts. Let's see. We'll go to my other one. Let's find out what happened here. Looks like chats might be turned off. We don't want that. Oh, Matt Morris is live again. That's cool. Shoot. So, chats. Let's go to my studio. There we go. Content. Live. Chats is not turned on. What the heck is going on here? All right, let's see if I can get this switched over. I'm not sure if I can do it on the fly. Let's see if this paves the way for chats. All right, looks like chats are now open, I believe. If you refresh your screen, you should be able to see some chats pop up there. Let's double check. All right, looks like there's some chats over there that you can get into. I don't know why it always wants to say that it's a kid's show. It's not a kid's show. It's never going to be a kid's show. Never was. So refresh your screens and it'll pop up and say you have a chat available. So let's see if I can get this to refresh. There we go. My chats are available. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hey, hey. I'm not seeing any chats yet. There's 7 people watching, so I'm not seeing any chats. I do want to concur that there's some chats going on, so if you could just put something in there for me, just so I can see something's going on. Welcome to the show, everyone. It's Wolfman here with Wolfman Rants. I am getting started on this show. So, opening, I have the opening already. Let's see, now the opening is gone. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Good gosh. All right, we need to move this, transform it to fit the screen. Oh, that would be the music. Yeah, that doesn't need to. There we go. See, I'm working on that right there. It's a little late at night, 11 o'clock. You know, it's just the way things roll. Move this over to here. We're going to take this over here. So tonight, I'm just going to do a little video about some of the stuff in this particular video here. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm trying to get this all set up. And we're going to play some video footage of courtroom consequences, just because some of that stuff is pretty interesting. So we're going to do some courtroom consequences. And I don't know, do a little ranting on that. Anything else that pops up, we're more than welcome to rant about that as well. We're going to talk about things going on that just, I don't know, makes us want to rant, I guess. So let's do that. Hopefully you can hear me all right. If I need to, I can turn this up a little bit louder. Let's see, I need to get the camera set up for the next scene. We're doing this on the fly. We're going to do video input capture existing. Second favorite type of video after police station. Right? That's what I'm saying. Now this one's great because it's most, I can't show you yet because I don't have the camera or mic set up for it, but it's the most controversial death sentences of all time. And I've watched part of this and was like, whoa. And so I put it in a save list so we could watch this. And, if it gets boring and whatnot, we'll switch it over to something else by all means. And we'll spend the next hour or so just having a good time hanging out if you'd like to. Be super awesome. Welcome again to the show. I'm going to shrink some of this stuff down here so it just makes more sense. I just shrunk the wrong thing down. There we go. There we go. We're going to put that down here in the corner. This is going to open back up to here. I think if I switch, I don't have audio. Yes, there is no audio on that scene, so I need to go ahead and get that set up. Audio input. There we go. So now if I switch to this scene, we should have audio. And I need to get audio for the video. Let's see if I can figure that one out. Audio. How would I do that? I guess it would be display. It's not really an input capture. Output capture. That's probably what I want. Hopefully it doesn't give an echo. Speakers, headphones. We'll do headphones. Check, check. That's audio input. Hello, testing. What in the world did I just do? Video. I think I just I set it up for the wrong scene. All right, so let's remove that and switch to the next scene. All right, hold on a second. So now we're going to do audio output capture, video. Let's see if we have sound. Let's see how this works. No, we do not. Why am I? Oh, because I have it. There we go. So we should have.
Never have. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
So you should be hearing that
It is
pretty
therefore
well.
ordered that you shall be put to death by electrocution.
You should be able to hear that pretty well. Hopefully not too terribly loud. So yeah, let's see what happens here. I'll goof around with this OBS thing while we're doing this and listening, and let's just have some fun with this.
I know as a judge I'm not supposed to show emotion, but in 22 years I never have. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
It is therefore ordered that you shall
This
be put to
one
death.
got me. 'Cause for some reason they're blocking her face out.
Have mercy.
Can I please have a bubble before I go? Please, let me just.
All right, so this one here, they're actually blocking her face out on this one, and she looks like such a young, like helpless little thing. But oh my gosh, she's not even as young as they made her out to be. It's really crazy.
I love you.
I think they might not block it out because I had seen her face.
Can I please
Yeah, here it
have a
is.
bubble before I
If you ever seen this video? If you have,
This is 19-year-old Krista Pike, seen here in a Tennessee court. Pike is facing charges for murder. Pike's madness started in January 1995 when she lured 19-year-old Colleen Slemmer out of her dormitory and into the woods. Pike was jealous of Slemmer and erroneously thought that she wanted to steal her boyfriend. For this, Pike corroborated with her boyfriend, 17-year-old Tatteril Ship, and her friend, 18-year-old Shadola Peterson. Together, she and her boyfriend assaulted and tortured Slemmer, while Peterson acted as a lookout. Not satisfied with the assault, Pike took an asphalt and hit Slemmer until she stopped breathing.
like, this is nuts. Was she 15 years old? And she was like jealous because some other girl might take her man? Yeah, right? It's crazy. Like, what? I actually had to Google search her because I was like, dude, is this girl really, like, she looks 11. And no, man, her mugshots, they might show it later, but her mugshots, she does, you can tell, jail hardened her up a little bit.
An autopsy confirmed she was slashed repeatedly with a meat cleaver and some other small cutting device, perhaps a razor blade or box opener. Authorities say she was then beaten over the head with a large chunk of asphalt from this pile.
She and her boyfriend then took turns carving a pentagram across her chest.
She had a massive circle with a star, upside down star called a pentagram in it. If you don't know what pentagram, that's the upside down star in a circle, and it represents the goat head of Satan.
I thought they just were scared at first from the job. That's what I thought. But we got to everything changed. There was a picture that was cut on her chest. Who did that? I didn't have that. All right, don't tell me what it was. It was satanic stuff.
She then took a piece of her skull as a trophy.
She had a piece of the skull wrapped up in a napkin in her coat pocket. That's a trophy to show that that piece she had fit exactly as a piece of puzzle in the skull.
The group then went back to their dormitory, but the next day, her body was found and police swarmed the area. Following investigations, the teenagers were arrested. With everyone panicking about the murder and the pentagram on Slemmer, the police had to address the media.
It did not involve a university student. It did not occur on the bike trail. It was not a random or a stranger-to-stranger incident. The motive of the crime appears to be a love triangle. It appears that both
it is really
of the
messed up.
females involved had been involved with the 17-year-old male.
But it wasn't a love triangle. Slemmer was not interested in Pike's boyfriend.
Like, that's poor girl.
According to reports, Pike was just jealous. She readily admitted to luring Slemmer out to deal with her.
I wanted to get her off campus, and I had every intention of fighting her.
That right there, that face right there, you can tell jail has hardened that girl's heart a little bit. Like, that's, I don't know if it, I can't say it's humbled her at all, but holy, like, that's definitely a different picture of a different girl right there.
She revealed more grisly.
Right there, that's like her in jail when she was all prettied up and prissy, you know, and then, you know.
Pike's boyfriend. According to reports.
You know, that's, life kind of got her. Ellsworth, what's happening? Welcome to the show.
You know, it's harder to hurt somebody when they're talking to you and you have to stand there the person. Right. And I told her to shut up. And she was
How bad is that when somebody's got... It's harder to hurt somebody when they're talking to you. It's harder to talk. It's harder to off them when, you know, they're trying to carry a conversation with you. I tell you ever get stuck in a situation where you think you might die? How is your day going, man? What is going on? And like, what's going on in your world? Try to be a friend to them because that might save your life. That's, you know, key advice right there. Just, you know, what do you got to lose at that point, you know? And that's what this girl was trying to do right to the very end. She was like trying to be nice to this lady and trying to keep the thing going. And all this girl wanted to do is get her to stop breathing. It's nuts.
I said, Colleen, do you know who's doing this to you? And she was just going,
Much prayers to you, Ellsworth. Definitely too many seizures is too many seizures. I mean, you're only supposed to have so many before really bad stuff happens. So, yeah, prayers to the girl there. Seems like she has them quite a bit, too. That's not good.
During her trial, the defense pointed out that she had a rough and abusive childhood, and that must have influenced her actions. But Pike herself noted that she knew what she was...
Right there, the look of the devil. The look of the... She knew what she was doing. She even says, I think she says right here.
Doing.
I knew exactly what I was doing. Everything that I did that night, I knew what I was doing. And I think I was taking things out on her that had happened to me years ago.
In the end, Pike was found guilty on all counts and handed the death penalty.
Yes. She was one of the youngest ones, if I'm not mistaken, that got handed a death penalty. Did you guys ever see the 6-year-old? I don't think I have that one on here, but there's like the 6-year-old that got a death penalty. That was nuts. That was nuts.
It is therefore ordered that you shall be put to death by electrocution in the mode prescribed by law, and that you shall be transferred to the custody of the warden at the Tennessee Prison for Women, and further on the 12th day of January, 1997.
And see, when I was listening to this at work, so I did hear this. I didn't really watch much of it, but I heard some of this, and it got to this part right here, and I'm like, what in the heck? This is just a young girl, man. Like, you can hear her crying. It breaks your heart until you just know what she'd done, and then now she realizes she's not invincible.
Your body shall be subjected to shock by sufficient current of electricity.
Oh, she's getting a shock treatment. Oh, man. That's nuts.
Handed the death penalty.
It is therefore ordered that you shall be put to death by electrocution in the mode prescribed by law, and that you shall be transferred to the custody of the warden at the Tennessee Prison for Women, and further on the 12th day of January, 1997. Your body shall be subjected to shock by sufficient current of electricity. Oh God, have mercy.
Could you imagine having to be the person that ties a 15-year-old to a chair and to do the death penalty? Imagine being the person that had to flip the switch. Now, she's still alive. I don't think she's ever had the death penalty come up, but imagine if you were in that situation where you had to be the person on the other end of that. It's like, man, morals or something. I don't know. I think it'd be really hard to be that person.
She couldn't stop her tears after she left the court.
They dressed her up in a pretty little flower dress and a little thing in her hair. They really tried dressing her up really good to play it off as this sad little frail little thing. And no, she beat that girl till the girl was no longer around.
Can I please have my mom before I go?
All right, see, here's one place I got to stop this. She wants to hug her mom before she goes. I really think for somebody who's a minor like that in such a young age, I think that should be allowed. I really think that should be allowed, that a mother at least gets to hug her daughter one last time, and maybe the dad, because she's probably never going to get that chance ever again, and it's just sad. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that a parent and child should be able to hug each other one last time? I mean, if you're under 18, especially a young little female like this, like, do you think a parent should be able to get one more? I think so. I think it should be able to, or at least even handcuff. Let the mom get a hug or something. But I don't know. That's just me. Maybe it's just the soft side of me.
Mr. Bates, please hold Miss Pike in the dock.
Please, let me just hug my mom.
Please hold Miss Pike in the dock.
I love you. I love you too. And I love you too.
Pike's boyfriend, the man she supposedly went through all this for, was sentenced to a life sentence.
Dude, he looks like he doesn't
care.
care.
After 25 years, Peterson was handed a 6-year probation. Pike is still on death row.
Krista Pike has tried on 3 separate occasions on both state and federal levels to get off of death row, but they've all failed. That's not stopping her and her legal team from giving it another try. Colleen's family says more than 25 years later, they're still looking for closure.
Just when you thought you'd seen it all, another convict surpasses Krista Pike's wild behavior.
What do you think this next one's going to be? Yeah, 55 seizures. Is that even possible? I mean, obviously it's happened, but that's a lot. Like every time we talk, it's she just has an crazy amount of them. Oh man. She's only about 20 years old, isn't she? 23? I don't know. How old's Lacey now? Neurological conditions. Okay, I get it now. That's 19. Okay. Dang. Is some of them mild, just out of curiosity? Like, not a whole bunch of shaking, just kind of mild, I'm just curious. Like, my experiences with seizures is rough seizures. Like, they go out in the clouds, they kind of reach for you, but they're not there. You know what I mean? Like, I remember somebody reaching for me when I was a kid and they were having a seizure, and then it turned up to be a whole, like, get them on the floor event. And, that was as I don't even know if I was a teen yet. So that was a little scary. That was my probably closest encounter with that situation. So much prayers. Hopefully they can get something figured out. My cousin had a bunch of those done, a bunch of seizures, all rapidly like this. And she had half of her brain removed, literally legit half of her brain removed. And she's still doing good to this day. They said at some point, she might not be able to walk or something, but she's walking, driving. Last I knew, she's doing everything. So, very outspoken girl, like, she's probably in her 30s now. She had half her brain taken out when she was probably 10, 15 years old, and yeah, she's doing great. So hopefully they could do something like that for her and get that cured. But could you imagine, like, having to have half your brain removed to get rid of the seizures? That's just crazy. But yeah, pretty neat. So. A lot of big ones. That's not good. I hope they can get something figured out. All right, I'm going to skip to the next one here. This is going to be bigger than the last one. So,
23-year-old Pedro Espinoza, who's in a California court on murder charges.
He needs the biggest punishment they can get is the death penalty, and from that day on, he can rot in hell. Thank you.
In March 2008, 17-year-old
like
Jamil Shaw was fatally shot by Pedro Espinoza, a member of the 18th Street Gang.
Well, when we go kill you, we're going to send a couple of guys down there to really make a mess of you. The execution style is a really beautiful way to do it, because that sends out a message.
The shooting occurred after Espinoza...
I hope... Gangs have been a thing forever. And, I mean, I don't... I'm sure at some point they weren't a thing, but they're definitely a thing. But even the older gang members, man, they're like, man, that was dumb. Why did anything like that even have to start? And it's just went and flourished from there, and just crazy how you have these kids growing up in poverty and kids growing up on the streets, and you got kids in Chicago that are 13 years old walking around with pistols and just doing bad things. It's horrible. It really is. It's one of the things I wish they could just, I don't know, man, talk to their moms again or something, like, get out of that crap. Have a better life. Get a job. make the economy better, make life better. But you know, I guess if you can make a few grand a day off of doing whatever you do, and instead of $500 a week, then I guess that's what you got to do. I don't know.
Saw Shaw walking home carrying a red bag and mistakenly assumed he was a rival gang member. To make matters worse, Espinosa was only just released from prison. In an emotional interview, Shaw's father recounted the tragic events that led to his son's death.
He was on the phone talking to his girlfriend as he was walking down the street, and she heard the guy walked up to him and they asked him, what set are you from, or like, what gang you from? He didn't answer, and they shot him. He's not a gangbanger. He doesn't gangbang. He doesn't do none of that.
Espinosa was subsequently arrested. Court.
100%, man. No. Boy, that view makes his head look weird. No good role model. That's what they need too. You know, they need all these people. Every single person in prison, every single one of them, could be a great member of society had someone stepped in when they were young and directed them in the right direction. Empathy, love, compassion, the love they have for their fellow gang members should be the love they have for their family, you know? I don't know. It's just crazy.
His cousin Javier testified about his activities.
When you talked to the police, did you tell them, in fact, that Pedro talked to you that night, March the 2nd, about a football player that was killed, as shown on the news?
No, sir.
In fact,
Ellsworth, that is tough, but I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you. You finished school. You did what you had to do, man. Now look at you. You know, you're an awesome dude. You got a great family. You put in a lot of work for that family, bro. Like that's a lot. You do what a lot of people can't. I couldn't even touch where you're at, bro. I couldn't. Like, I mean, I'd have to, but I couldn't. Like, that's a struggle. Like, beautiful family. I love your family. Beautiful family. But man, I don't know if I have the energy, you know? So I'm proud of you, bro.
did you tell the detectives that Pedro told you that night that he did it?
I did say that, sir, but I did it for a reason.
But you did say that?
I did say that. But not literally because of the news thing. Nah, I said it because they were threatening me. They were threatening me, talking about it. That I killed a person, that I was involved with it, and that I was going to face like 20 plus years in the feds and the state penitentiary.
In fact, my kids, especially my daughter, talks about going out and visiting you again. Like, when are we going out there? We should go out and go bowling again. We should go hang out. We're only like 7 hours from you, man. That is nothing of a drive for us. So we should, go back out there sometime and hang out, you know? That'd be cool. Maybe this spring or something we can do that, or in the summertime we can drive out and spend a weekend out there and hang out. That'd be pretty sweet.
Who told you that?
Detective Rio.
Didn't you actually say to the detective that he told me he did it? I saw it on TV. Didn't you make that statement?
I did see it on TV way before it actually started. I heard about it even before before the police even came to my house. So I already knew what had happened to that.
100%, Lynn. No doubt. Ellsworth, man, like, you're a good dude. Definitely a good dude. Give the girls a hug for me, man. I don't know if you got my phone number or not. I switched phone numbers a couple years ago when I ended up moving to this house. And I changed Facebooks. So you'd have to look me up on Facebook again. But add me. I think you can find it under facebook.com/NightRider999. Starts with a K. I think, no, it's not. That's my old one. Look up NightRider999 / Rick Palmer. I think that's where I'm at. And then find me. Send me a message. And have to get your number. Send me some pictures of your family, man. I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
The prosecution asked pointed questions about his previous statement to the police.
Didn't you tell the police that Pedro told you, I killed the Twinkie that night when you were watching it on the news?
I did tell the police, but I never told them. I seen it.
What the heck's killing a Twinkie? Like, last time I killed a Twinkie, I had to wipe the frosting up off my lap. Like, what's,
TV. That was all a lie. That was just like what I made up.
Didn't you say during that same interview that he did it with a gun?
That was the same thing I said.
Did you say specifically, he just told me he killed him? Did you say that?
I did say that.
After weeks of debates, Espinosa was found guilty.
He's got the look that he doesn't care. Like, let's go back a second. Not that far. I don't want to see all that stuff all over again.
Did you say that?
I did say that.
After weeks of debates,
Right.
Espinosa was found.
Look at that dude's face. Little teardrop thing over there. Like, it looks like a peanut. But yeah, like,
found guilty. For sentencing, Shaw's uncle and nephew spoke to him.
The days when I was growing up, it was basically you use your fists. You don't just go and kill somebody cold blood. It's the coward's way out.
Well, that's because nobody wants to use their fist anymore because they're too busy being a little bitch. Like, you know, gotta go grab that gun, you know, because anybody talks back, you don't know what to do. Anybody steps up, you don't know what to do. You can't just duke it out one-on-one, and whoever's got the broken jaw at the end happens to be the loser, you know? Like, you know, whoever gets their jaw wired shut happens to be the loser. It's, you know, at least two people could walk away and have an understanding or you know, stay away from each other at that point. Generally, back in the day when people fought, they got along after that. You know, they worked it out and then became a good friend. But these people do this stuff, man. They grab a gun and off somebody like that. It's stupid. Like, that's the coward. That's the guy who you know, it's like some of those people who you try to say something to and they scream in your face. You know, it's that kind of mentality, I think.
Shaw's parents also took the stand. The mother, a U.S. Army sergeant, made it clear that she couldn't forgive Espinosa's actions.
There's a picture of me in a cowboy hat for a profile.
For myself, I'm not that strong of a Christian because I can't turn around and say I forgive you for killing my son.
You should thank God. If you have your family intact and your kids and you're loving them and you're doing things, thank God for that. Because there's people like that don't give a damn.
Espinosa was promptly handed a death sentence.
It is the judgment and sentence of this court that for the crime of murder in the first degree committed under the special circumstance that the defendant intentionally killed.
Wahoo! Welcome to the program, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Not many people know I came on because this is like the first time I'm doing this. So, yeah, welcome to the party. And, yeah, just kind of doing a watch party. Let's talk about whatever. Don't really care too much. And let's do it.
Jamil Shaw II, the defendant, Pedro Espinosa, shall be put to death within the walls of the California State Prison at San Quentin in the manner prescribed by law upon a date to be fixed by this court in a warrant for execution, at which time and place.
All right, so this is my Facebook. So I don't know if you can see it or not. That's my Facebook. So if you happen to want to add me to it,
you shall then put to death Pedro Espinosa in the manner prescribed by law.
The gang member is still awaiting his execution. However shocking Pedro Espinosa's actions were, it doesn't compare to the actions of 29-year-old Marlon Joseph, who is facing charges for double murders in Florida.
Son, I love you. You know I love you, but can you please just turn yourself in? You have to do this.
In December 2017, Kalada Crowell and her 11-year-old daughter, Kyra Inglet, were fatally shot by
Oh, man. This is going to anger me, all right? A mom and her daughter. Look at them two beautiful people right there. Two beautiful people. That young girl had a chance at life. You know, look at that. little princess thing around her neck, like around her forehead. What did that girl do? If people are going off themselves, I'm telling you what, man, just don't involve anybody else. You know, don't take out a crowd and then yourself. Don't take out the kid at the park and then yourself. Don't take out anybody else. Just go to a quiet place and do what you got to do. You know, I'm tired of seeing all these people hurting innocent little kids and then moms even, and I'm tired of it. It's disgusting. It's sick. And granted, this is 9 years ago. So, I mean, it's a long time ago, but it's still happening to this day. You're seeing messages all the time about, you know, stuff like this happening almost every single day now. You know, social media bringing it to our faces and all that stuff. But it's crazy. It's nuts. And people just need to stop. Leave the kids alone, man. Leave the damn kids alone.
Carl and Joseph, after tensions had risen between Kyra and Joseph's daughter. It all began with a text message. On the day of the murders, Joseph's daughter informed him about an incident with Kyra. When Joseph arrived, a heated argument broke out between him and Kyra's mother, and he shot her. 11-year-old Kyra tried to escape, but Joseph chased her down and shot her multiple times.
I think multiple times? He shot that girl multiple times. Yeah, I did hear a message. Let's see. Yep, that's the right one. It shows that, I don't know, maybe I got messages on here from you before. Huh. All right. Oh, never mind. I guess we've been friends. All right. I wasn't sure if you were on this one or not.
He went into hiding for days.
But this right here, this stuff annoys me, man. She tried getting away. And the dude went after her and shot her multiple times. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to a kid, you should get what you gave. That should be no exceptions, and it should happen in less than a week. If it's known that you did something, I don't care what it is. Whatever you did to a kid, you should get back in return. That's it. I don't care if it's essay. I don't care if it's unaliving. I don't care. Whatever you do, you should get exactly what you did. I don't care. And then if it's something that you can survive, stay alive the rest of your life in a corner of a brick building in a, I don't know, wheelchair. Like, no mercy, man. No mercy.
Between him and Kyra's mother, and he shot her. 11-year-old Kyra tried to escape.
I was going to share the link to your Facebook here. Yeah. I don't know.
But Joseph chased her down and shot her multiple times. He went into hiding for days before finally being apprehended.
The police find Joseph.
Not a whole lot of people in here anyway, so I don't know if I think it would really matter.
Apprehend him and take him into custody.
During sentencing, the judge spoke about the sheer terror 11-year-old Kyra must have felt. She had witnessed her mother being shot and knew the killer was coming after her.
What? The dude's got a cross on his nose? That guy is no God follower. He is no Jesus follower. He might be now if he's still alive. That dude, right? That's nah. I would start by shaving his head bald because obviously he's proud of the nappiness. I would shave his head bald, and I would send him to the wolves.
Next, Joseph was sentenced to death following the jury.
Oh, he added me already, so you don't have to do that. Lynn, are you on my Facebook? I don't know if you are either. But yeah, I got Ellsworth. He's actually been on my Facebook for a long time, ever since I got my new one, apparently, because he's still there. But I haven't seen his stuff in a long time. I have to go through there and look and see how the kids are growing up.
Recommendation.
Carla Maurice Joseph, you have not only forfeited your right to live among us, but under the laws of the state of Florida, you have forfeited your right to live at all.
Oh, okay.
Accordingly, it is here
Well, you can add that one too if you want.
Ordered and adjudged. As to count 1, for the first-degree murder of Pilar Crowell, Marlon Maurice Joseph shall be delivered into the custody of the Florida Department of Corrections at the Florida State Prison. You shall be confined there until a date certain selected by the governor of the state of Florida, and on that date you shall be executed in a method provided by Florida law.
I say the firing squad.
Marlon Maurice Joseph, may God have mercy on your soul.
I don't even care if God has mercy on his soul. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I don't care. That is to me, in my religion, of what I have of one, is you're not supposed to unalive somebody. That's an instant hell sentence. So, asking for God to have mercy on his soul after killing a kid and her mom, not me, buddy.
This court is now in recess.
Joseph showed no signs of remorse for what he had done and now waits on death row for his execution. But Marlon Joseph isn't alone in his crazy actions.
It's gonna get worse. Not with him, but it's gonna get worse.
However, it's nothing compared to the explosive actions of 18-year-old Michael Bargo.
Michael Bargo, what do you guys think he did? Me too. Heck yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, Lacey did do Facebook Lives. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
He's facing murder charges in Florida.
15-year-old is beaten, then shot to death. His body...
What? All right. A 15-year-old was beaten and then shot to death?
He's facing murder charges in Florida.
15-year-old is beaten, then shot to death. His body burned to get rid of any evidence.
In 2011, Bargo and 4 of his friends lured 50...
Okay. This looks like... What do you call that? Scholars, right? These are scholars. These are not scholars. These are not scholars. No, they don't, Len. No, they don't. None of them show remorse for their actions. Like this is nuts. This really is. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at them faces. That is not the faces of people who care. I'll just say that. Not at all. That is horrible.
18-year-old Seth Jackson to a house in Summerfield. The group assaulted and battered.
All right, keep in mind, I said whatever happens to a kid should happen to them. It goes here too, buddy. It goes here too.
Jackson. When he tried to escape, they dragged him back and continued their assault.
A 15-year-old child knew he was being dragged back into a house and was going to die.
Eventually, Bargo shot him multiple times at point-blank range.
Said he hit him over the back of the head with a 2x4, and then they lifted him up, put him in a recliner, and then started basically talking trash to him. And then he said when he was tired of it, he pulled out a gun, just shot him 3 times.
The group then burnt the body and disposed of the bones in a water-filled quarry. Bargo and
okay. I know this isn't going to get out to the world, but if I had a message for every single person in the world, almost 8 billion of us now, because we reproduce like gerbils, it seems like, I would say stop killing people, because they're going to find you. Right? Very rarely are you not found for offing somebody. Very rarely, wherever you put things, never shows back up again. That's rare. It's very rare. Some people get away with it. Some people get away with it for 40 or 50 years until they're 60 and 70 years old, and somebody comes knocking on their door because they did something stupid back in their 20s. And then now they it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up, or you're going to have to live your life going in the back of your head thinking, like, oh, man, I just can't tell nobody. Like, I don't even know what to say. I just don't have that mentality. Like, I don't get it. But to have something like that in the back of your head, like, I felt bad. I killed a squirrel once when I was a kid with a BB gun or something. I don't know if it was. don't know if I killed him or not. I don't even remember if it was a squirrel. It could have been a bird. I don't know. But I felt bad. Like, I did. So, I don't know. You know. There, I got it out.
4 others beat and shot.
Hey, how you doing, Mama Hen? Welcome.
Jackson to death 8 years ago. The group burned his body and disposed of it in paint buckets, which were dumped into a water-filled quarry.
In court, Bargo denies any involvement despite multiple testimonies labeling him as the mastermind behind the murder.
You really hurt your knee chasing Seth when he escaped out of the house, didn't you?
No, no, absolutely not.
Okay, were you the one on the porch yelling, "Get him," then?
I wasn't there when that happened.
So at some point on this walk, you told him, "Hey, I'm not helping you do this anymore. My knee hurts, I'm gonna stop," right?
No.
You just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
That you stopped, you called the police, you didn't assist them? You didn't do any of those things?
No.
You helped
him. I carried a cinder block to the fence. They climbed over with it.
Because you told them to. You testified on direct. You told them to throw the buckets over the cliff, down the rock wall.
Now, there's 2 ways here. Okay, I haven't watched all of this yet, but there's 2 ways to go here. You have a bunch of people trying to get off easy and pinning it all on one guy, or you have one guy who was the ringleader that told all of the other people what to do. What do you think the answer to that one is? Right? I'm with you. No honor, no honor. What do you think? What do you think it is? Do you think this dude was the ringleader and was telling everybody else what to do? Or do you think all the other people, the other 5 people or whatever it was, is ganging up on him to try to get a better sentence? I don't know. It could be either way. It really could.
Gonna do it. That'd be the way to do it.
So you were helping him out. You were taking Kyle's advice if you were going to be with him. Then after you dispose of Seth's body, after it's dumped...
All right, there was a jump cut there.
Direct, you told them to throw the buckets over the cliff, down the rock wall.
They're gonna do it. That'd be the way to do it.
So you were helping him out. You were taking Kyle's advice if you were going to be with him. Then after you dispose of Seth's body, after it's dumped in the quarry, you go to Publix, get some beer, and you start drinking.
Yeah, it was pretty stressful.
All right.
Yeah, often somebody's pretty stressful, man. I had to go do something else. This dude here is probably, if he's sitting behind the bars, he's probably somebody's girlfriend. Not gonna lie.
You go to her house before you go to Stark?
I did.
You'd say you told her somebody got shot with a gun.
Somebody got shot with my gun.
With my gun, okay. And your girl...
All right. His body language there, he's either really tired of answering the same question, or he's just like, come on, I've already told you once. Like, I don't know.
Girlfriend of 1.5 years, Kristen, misunderstood you and thought you said, I shot a kid.
Said somebody got shot with my gun.
Right. But that's not what she says.
I never told her I shot somebody.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. She misunderstood what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Your girlfriend of 1.5 years. Mistook that.
The prosecution brought Bargo's friends to testify to his involvement in the crime.
Himself shot him.
In the yard?
In the yard multiple times. He had drug him back in the house, placed him in the bathtub, and had beat him some more. And shot him twice in the face.
Yep, I think he's the ringleader.
They had placed it
You're right, Lynn.
in a sleeping bag and built a fire. Can I have a moment, please?
But the defense claimed that he was mentally sick during the crime.
He was not taking any medication for any of the mental illness.
Bring back asylums. Bring back asylums. If people are going to do this kind of stuff and they need to be on this medication and they're not going to take their medication, they should be in a building that somebody feeds them the medication to keep them sane, because obviously they can't do it themselves. Bring back the asylums. It makes sense. It does. If they didn't close those buggers down and this kid was in there, that boy would still be alive, right? I mean, that's really, really far-fetched, but...
Is that he had been diagnosed with.
Fortunately, their claim did not move the jury.
The jury unanimously find that the defendant, Michael Shane Bargo Jr., should be sentenced to death, yes.
In the end, he was handed the death penalty, and his group were all sentenced to life. But this wasn't the only time a teenager committed an atrocious crime. Take, for example, the case of Austin Myers, who was in an Ohio court for murder.
That looks like a different friends in front of me. And
first
he
picture
had a gun in his pocket, and I didn't know what. After hearing him trying to sell me out and make me look like...
That first picture looked like somebody totally different.
Cold blood. And he told me that.
In January 2014, Myers and his friend Timothy Mosley planned to rob the back...
You are not wrong, Len. A lot of criminals nowadays seem to claim mental illness. I agree. But that's the one thing that's like so vague though. Like, oh, I've had a headache. It's a mental illness. You know, like it's almost that common that it's, my hat's on crooked. My head's crooked, I swear. I got my cowboy hat refit today and I don't know. I swear my head's crooked. Anyways, yeah.
Family. But when they saw that their friend Justin Back was around, they fatally stabbed him, with Mosley delivering the fatal injury.
Myers is one of two men who strangled and stabbed 18-year-old Justin Back last January.
The two friends had been planning the robbery for days and had even bought a steel cable the previous day to eliminate anyone who would tamper with their plans.
Oh, hold on. Did you catch what that was?
With Mosley delivering the fatal injury.
Myers is one of two men who strangled and stabbed 18-year-old Justin Back last January.
The two friends had been planning the robbery for days and had even bought a steel cable the previous...
That is two flagpole anchors that you can buy at your local hardware store. I just looked them up. Not for this reason. No, but I just looked them up for a possible way to hook the punching bag in our garage to pull it up to the ceiling and then anchor it off. So you can buy those. They're not very expensive. I think it was like $4 or something. You can get one of those. So that's, I don't know, $8-10 worth of material there.
Previous day to eliminate anyone who would tamper with their plans.
We had the video recordings where he's going and purchasing the murder weapon. You'd be hard-pressed to find a case where there was more prior calculation than what you had in this particular case.
When their friends were interrogated, Myers denied everything and put the blame on Mosley, despite masterminding the whole plot.
Tell me what happened from Monday night on, what transpired that led up to this.
So we went back on Tuesday.
And what was your intent when you went back to the house?
Do the same thing as I said before.
You think you're going just to hang out? You didn't have any other intent of taking anything?
No, I didn't have any intent of taking anything.
Did you ever ask Tim why this suddenly happened?
I didn't want to try to talk about it because he just killed one of my old friends in front of me. And he had a gun in his pocket. And I didn't know what. Tim said it'd be a good idea if we made it look like a runaway or something. We ended up wrapping him up in a blanket, put him in the trunk. After we put him behind a tree, put the blanket on. They shot him twice.
Mosley overheard his statements and got annoyed. He promptly told the detectives what they wanted to know and took a plea deal that involved testifying against Myers.
After hearing him trying to sell me out and make me look like I did everything, it's bullshit. How would I know about the safe? How would I know about the money? Why would I kill someone in cold blood?
Does it even look like he had a soul in his eyes?
When he told me about Justin's house and his stepdad. So
they need to get better
safe,
cameras.
He keeps it cracked open, and he has a gun and a lot of money.
How much money did you think was going to be there?
Austin said a good couple thousand. So we were thinking a quick job, in and out, boom, make some money. And
a quick job like it's nothing.
Then we came up with the plan of taking out Justin because in the way.
So he's the brains of the operation.
Pretty much. I was following.
You're the muscle.
Pretty much.
Never felt like you hit bone or anything like where it was tough. It was just really
in and out.
Really?
I had enough time. I stabbed him.
Whose idea was the septic enzymes? Austin Myers. We poured on the body in order to decompose of the body fasting.
The plan was choke him out, clean, no blood, Right. I got him like right on the chin. So I start to freak out. I'm just like, shit, this isn't going as planned. I don't know what to do. It's too late to fucking take it back. Right. So, not knowing what else to do, I pulled out my knife because it was right in my pocket. I had my cargo shorts on, and I started stabbing him in the back.
When Myers noticed that his plans were not working, he confessed.
He says you're the one that pulled the trigger on the gun, and he's already dead. I mean, so all I want to know is I want to know the truth. He says you shot him, and he's very convincing. Did you shoot the gun, or did he? Huh?
In court, Myers addressed the jury before they left to deliberate.
I can only imagine the pain and loss felt by Mark and Sandy Cates, and by Jake and Back, Justin's brother. I have brothers and sisters myself. I can only imagine what it would be like to lose one of them. I'm sorry that this happened. Now, I know that doesn't bring Justin back, but I'm sorry. I wish I could go back in time and stop this before it even happened, but I can't. I hate for any family to go through such pain and suffering as this. To lose your son, I can't imagine. To lose your brother. If you choose for me to die, it's only going to cause more pain and suffering for another family, not me. It won't hurt me. I won't feel anything. It's going to hurt more innocent people. If you kill me, it won't fix anything. It won't bring Justin back. It's only going to hurt more innocent people. I don't want to hurt people. I'm not asking you to spare my life so I can hurt anyone. I want to help people. Stop tragedies like this from happening. All I'm asking you for is a chance for me to become a better person.
Before Myers could be sentenced, Justin Back's mother told him how his actions affected her and the whole family.
Austin could have stopped it, but tells Justin, it's okay, it's almost over. You could have changed your mind many times, but you didn't. Especially when Justin was begging for his life.
Justin's father also spoke directly to Myers.
I'm not going to stand up here and tell you how much I hate you. That is without question. I would just hope that every time you close your eyes at night, you see my son Justin.
Before the judge could announce his sentence, Myers begged for his life.
No, I've made a horrible mistake. I'm only 19 years old. I think there's a lot of good things I can do with my life if you allow me to keep my life.
In the end, Myers couldn't escape his punishment.
The defendant does not understand how precious life is. We therefore unanimously find the sentence of death be imposed upon Austin Myers.
While Myers awaits execution, Mosley was sentenced to life imprisonment. However, Austin Myers wasn't the first teenager to do something incredibly cruel, like in the case of Dylan Roof, a South Carolina teenager who was in court for multiple murders.
So did you shoot him?
Yes.
What kind of gun did you use?
A Glock 45.
In the summer of 2015, Roof quietly entered the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church, blending in with the attendees of a Bible study session.
Roof accused of committing one of the deadliest attacks on a place of worship in United States history. At 8 p.m. Wednesday night, he enters the historic Mother Emmanuel AME Church. Witnesses say he joined the prayer group, sitting with church members for nearly an hour.
Once inside, Roof opened fire, fatally shooting 9 people. All African Americans.
21-year-old Dylan Roof allegedly opened fire in one of the most famous black churches in the South.
Many of the victims killed grandparents in their 70s and 80s.
No. The following day, Roof was apprehended and taken into custody.
The suspect in Wednesday night's deadly church massacre now in custody.
Roof's crime was motivated by racist ideologies, and the shooting caused so much uproar that President Obama had to address the nation.
This took place in a black church, obviously also raises questions about a dark part of our history. This is not the first time that black churches have been attacked.
In the course of their investigations, police found his racist writings and a list of black churches he planned to attack.
Prosecutors laid out his racially inflammatory writings, photos of the Confederate flag, and a potential hit list of other churches found in his car.
During questioning, Roof admitted his crime.
Went to that church in Charleston, and
So did you shoot him?
Yes.
What kind of gun did you use?
A Glock 45.
Roof showed how
this dude's laughing.
Much he didn't care with his worrying lack of remorse.
I did it.
You did what? Well, I know it's tough sometimes to say.
It's not that I don't want to say it, because
I don't want to make myself seem guilty. I just don't really like saying.
I know sometimes we have to face those things.
I just don't want to say it.
Realities.
What exactly is that you did do? Well, I killed him. Oh, well, I guess. I mean, I don't really know.
Oh, now he's backpedaling.
Did you shoot him?
Yes.
During his trial, prosecutors proved that Roof was a white.
Okay, hold on.
Did you shoot him?
Yes.
During his trial, prosecutors proved that Roof was a white supremacist.
All right. I really don't even know what a white supremacist is. I'm guessing somebody who doesn't like white people or something. I don't know. Is there an all of the above? Unfortunately, no. I could only fit 4 questions in there.
In the sick world of white supremacists, the number 8 has come to represent the 8th letter of the alphabet, H. So 88 means HH, and it refers to Heil Hitler, Nazi Germany's salute to the madman Adolf Hitler.
Okay, funny fact on here. If 88 stands for HH, which you're just stretching shit to try to make it sound good. Obviously, it's not an H. Otherwise, there would be no top and bottom. So people are just, I don't know. I have an A. I'm gonna say it's a Z now. Dumb. So, anyways, that's what they're doing. But fun fact: the number 88 was also emblazoned across a T-shirt worn by what's his face. The casino that I was just at has lucky 88s. Just a fun fact. Lucky 88s. It's like 88 cents to play times whatever. So it turns out to be $8.80. But yeah, that's the number 88. It's in casinos. And this thing just said it represents Hitler.
I mean, I don't really know.
So did you shoot him?
Yes.
During his trial, prosecutors proved that Roof was a white supremacist.
In the sick world of white supremacists, the number 8 has come to represent the 8th letter of the alphabet, H. So 88 means HH, and it refers to Heil Hitler, Nazi Germany's salute to the madman Adolf Hitler. The number 88 was also emblazoned across a T-shirt worn by Dylan Roof.
They also showed that he had scoped out the church beforehand and had even practiced his shooting skills.
Jurors are getting to see this admitted racist and accused killer at target practice. Police say 22-year-old Dylan Roof recorded himself at home using the same .45 caliber Glock he's accused of using in the shootings at this historic black church.
In the end, there was only one sentence for such a mindless act. Roof was sentenced to death. However, it's not the first time a convict thoughtlessly took the life of others, just like what happened in the notorious case of Devin Erickson and Alec McKinney, who are facing murder charges in Colorado.
More kids went down the wrong path. Now accused. Are they twins? Are they twins? I wouldn't say identical, but for having parents that are twins, they are really similar. Huh.
Inside that school shooting in Colorado, the 2 suspects, both students, 9 students shot, one of them killed as he rushed the gunman. Children from kindergarten to 12th grade inside that school, their distraught parents waiting for word that they were safe.
On the 7th of May, 2019, 18-year-old Erickson and 16-year-old McKinney shot up a school in Douglas County. They injured
twins.
8 students and fatally...
Not twins. They just have the same psychotic or whatever you'd call it. Something they morphed into.
Shot 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo, a brave student who tried to stop the madness.
His family telling reporters that Kendrick once said if there was ever a school shooter, he wouldn't think twice about acting.
Kendrick Castillo, along with his classmates Joshua Jones and Brendan Biley, displayed remarkable bravery by confronting Erickson as his gun jammed, effectively stopping.
All right. I think spirits are real. Doubtful that this kid's even anywhere close to me, But if the spirit world is indeed, well, things do happen in the spirit world. I know that. Most people do. But if the spirit was around, I would say thank you for trying to do everything you could do to try to protect those kids from these maniacs. You used your life, and it hopefully saved some people. But that's sad. It's still sad.
The shooting.
Complete disregard for his own safety. He was immediately there to respond. He was immediately on the shooter, and he was ready to end the threat.
Brandon Miali, a Marine recruit, was one of the boys who lunged towards the shooter.
There was fear. I still look back at it, and I still feel a bit of fear when I think back to it. But after that point, it is just doing what I thought I should do.
With their help, officers rushed in and arrested them, with Erickson admitting that he was forced into doing the crime.
The dramatic scenes show a race to stop the shooters.
You think he was forced? You think he was forced to do the crime? Do you think he was forced to pick up the gun? Do you think he was scared of the other guy for saying you better do this or I'll give it to you? Like,
here Alec McKinney is seen on the ground and searched. Several bullets were found. Near the same time, another group of law enforcement officers enters. Meantime, Douglas County Sergeant Joe White was seen rescuing student Jerry Montoya, taking him out of the school. A video was played in court as a detective recorded a brief interview with Devin Erickson just after the shooting took place.
How many shooters do you have?
Two. There's two, yeah.
Why?
He was making me give him a bunch of stuff, and then there's me. Okay. I was just supposed to watch this one. Because it was only way he was going to let me live.
In court, McKinney refuted the idea that he forced Erickson into the shooting.
I believe we share equal responsibility for everything that happened.
Why?
No one tried to stop anyone. No one forced anyone into this. We were both mutually agreeing. Kind of the pushing point to going through with the plan we had talked about previously.
During the sentencing hearing, Erickson's grandfather spoke in court.
The Devin we knew was not the Devin you've heard about here today. He's a loving, caring,
murdering,
absolutely outstanding person. He made a big mistake, yes.
Killed people.
But he's a great guy.
Not just people, kids. That's a great guy.
The sister also talked about the brother she remembered.
First off, I do want to give my sincere condolences to the victims and their families. I truly know that Devin fully regrets what happened on the...
Does he really? Does he regret that what fully happened? Or does he regret that he got caught? Does he regret that he's going to be locked up and sentenced to death? Is that what maybe that's what it is.
A tragic day. The Devin I know has always had a very kind heart.
Has he? Somebody that's always had a kind heart wouldn't pick up a gun and kill a kid, right? A person with a kind heart would not do that. You obviously don't know who's on the other side of your bedroom wall. You know what I mean? Like, you're seeing one side. This guy, I agree. He regrets nothing. Nothing at all. Like, no. The family stepping in here trying to say good words. How? How are you trying to, like, defend that this, are you scared of him? Are you forced to do this? Like, this kid would never do this. He did. He did. He was loving. Didn't grow up that way, apparently. If he was loving, he wouldn't do this.
Only given me and my family the most caring love in the world, and I wish more than anything that this never happened. I know in my heart that this was not him.
It was him. It was him. Or he's one of those people that need to be stuck behind the walls of a, what did I say earlier, asylum? Asylum? That seems like a good place for him to be.
I love you forever, Devin, and I miss you every day.
For the father, the whole incident was devastating.
Like most people, I want to start with apologies and sympathies to the people who are some very, very heavily impacted, especially the Castillo family. Losing their son, I don't know how anybody can ever understand what that could be like. We try to, but it's impossible to know what it's like to lose your son, especially if it's your only son. I'm sure their hearts are ripped apart, and we heard that they still are.
This message sucks. Do you agree? The way he's saying this to me is sucks. I don't think he's heartfelt about this message. I really don't.
I'll start with apologies and sympathies to the people who are heavily, well, some very, very heavily impacted, especially the.
So you're judging if they're heavily impacted or maybe a little impacted. So I'm sorry to the people that might be a little impacted and the ones who really, really are.
The Castillo family losing their son. I don't know how anybody can ever understand what that could be like.
You're gonna find out in a minute because yours is gone.
We try to, but it's impossible to know what it's like to lose your son, especially if it's your only son. I'm sure their hearts are ripped apart, and we heard that they still are. We hope someday that they will be able to heal this. We all know that this was just a senseless tragedy, and we do hope, though, that somewhere in the future that they will be healed from this.
What do you guys think of this message? What do you think of the message from this dad, this guy right here? You think he's missing a few fries, like a few fries short of a Happy Meal? Do you think, they had one more paver to go on the driveway before it was finished and it was gone? Like, what do you think?
He called the names of the injured students to remember them.
I want to recognize each one by name because it's important to us that we recognize the people who are impacted by this. So I'll start with Lucas Albertoni, Stephen Bartoni, Jackson Gregory, Mitchell Krause, Joshua Jones, Gerardo Montoya Ojeda, Thomas Saya, and Alexander Watford.
Thank you, Wahoo.
I don't know how they will ever forget what happened to them, and they'll have physical and emotional scars for the rest of their lives.
Hold on. Did they say them or the family? I know how they will never forget what happened to them. They're gone.
Alexander Watford. Those are people that I don't know how they will ever forget what happened.
Okay, this guy clearly can't be upstairs. Like, nice of him to say the names. I give him that. And he's probably got a lot of emotions going on right now. So maybe it's not fair that I'm saying it. And I got 3 votes so far. Thank you for the 3 votes on the poll. If you like polls and want to be on one, click the button up there. I'm interested. I like the polls. I would dance on one if I wasn't too fat. I don't know how they ever will forget what happened to them.
And they'll have physical and emotional scars for the rest of their lives. And we're so sorry for that.
Devin's mother also addressed the judge.
I am so very sorry to Mr. and Mrs. Castillo for the loss of their son, Kendrick. I am a parent, and I cannot begin to imagine the pain of losing a child. I know you both have holes in your hearts that will never, ever, ever be filled. And please, please know that we do care. And we have been praying for you both, as well as everyone else since the beginning.
In the end, Erickson was handed a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
I wonder where he's at today. When was this?
Mr. Erickson, I'm sure you know this. When a person is convicted of crimes like the ones that you committed, they are so serious that the sentence must be at least the midpoint of the presumptive range, not more than twice the maximum sentence. Many of these must run consecutive. Many may run consecutive. Everyone's.
All right, so out of curiosity, I looked it up, and here it says Devin Erickson. Let's see, get it so you can see it. Devin Erickson was sentenced on September 17th of 2021 to life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 1,282 years for the May 2019 shooting at STEM School Highland Ranch in Colorado. He was convicted on 46 accounts, including first-degree murder for killing Kendrick Castillo. Wow, 1,282 years. What do you think of that one? I need to send that judge a cookie.
Pointed out, this is
Never mind. I said I'm fat. I'm probably going to eat it.
Life without parole sentence, so you won't be completing this sentence. And when you do, you will not be committing criminal offenses. There's also no part of this sentence that I can impose that's going to repair the harm that you did that day, that's going to help these folks walk out of this courtroom and say, I feel better now. And yet, another factor for me to consider is to punish a convicted offender by assuring the imposition of a sentence he deserves in relation to the seriousness of his offense. So what you do with the rest of your life in prison, that's not on me, that's on you.
While McKinney received a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 20 years because he's a minor. However, could the case of Brandon Bradley be...
Oh, they skipped it. Hold on.
For me to consider is you.
While McKinney received a life sentence with the...
All right, so I want to look this one up real quick. Did I spell that wrong? I think I did. Oh, well, it gets it. Alec McKinney. I knew somebody with the last name McKinney. They were pretty cool. One student, Kendrick Castillo. Okay, was convicted on dozens of charges. I'm looking for Alec. Did he get out? Hold on a second. No, he did not get out. All right, hold on here. What do we got besides a commercial? All right, Denver teenager. When was this? 2020. Alec McKinney, 17, apologized to parents of Kendrick Castillo, who was killed as he tackled one of the gunmen in the attack. Let's see. I will never repeat these actions ever again because the harm I caused is too truly much for anyone to hear or bear, McKinney said. Gosh, these things have a scroll forever to find an answer. Okay, so it's got to be down here. Pleaded not guilty to all of the same charges McKinney faced in the shooting. He is scheduled to go on trial in late September because he was an adult at the time of the shooting. That's weird. They don't really say what happened to him. They don't. That's weird. I mean, it says charged, life sentence with parole.
Possibility of parole after
20 years. But there's nothing directly on Google that says he's going to get out or he's out. Let me try one more thing. Alec McKinney, current sentence. If this doesn't come up with something, then I know something's not right. Here it is. All right. Gotta love ChatGPT. So, serving a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 40 years. In 2023, he was sentenced to his role for the 2019. He pleaded guilty to multiple charges under Colorado law, which no longer allows life without parole for juvenile offenders. He will be eligible for parole after 40 years. What do you think of that shit? Huh. It's on Wikipedia. Hey, that's a good one. I didn't think of that.
To years because he's a minor. However, could the case of Brandon Bradley be considered a little...
I skipped right to this one.
A little bit crazier. Bradley is facing murder charges for fatally shooting a police officer in Florida.
Accused of stealing items from a Melbourne hotel.
On March 26, 2012, Bradley and his girlfriend stole some items from a hotel. When Deputy Sheriff Barbara Pill confronted him, he shot her multiple times, ending her life.
She had pulled him over for stealing a few items from a motel and was shot.
All right, when somebody does something like this, plus an additional 38 years for other charges, really? Oh, Lovely. Lovely. I think if somebody shoots a cop multiple times, I think that person should get what they did. Remember, we talked about this earlier. If you do something to somebody, you should get that back in return. So I would say start at the toes. 1 little piggy, 2 little piggy, plink, plink, plink. Work my way up until just, I don't know, suffer, suffer, suffer. That'll get the message out there. People will stop screwing up if they realize that they're going to get what they give. You know what I mean? People eventually will get the message, and people will have a better place to live because these guys will be like, yeah, I'm going to do this and it's going to happen to me. Jail's one thing. Prison's one thing. Right? Oh, I could just live in there. Whatever. But, you plink, plink, plink those little piggies and work your way up. You get what you give. You learn. The neighbors learn. Your neighbors' friends learn. The kids grow up a little bit. Maybe I'm just a little harsh. I don't know.
Point blank 4 times.
He then fled, but was later captured. In court, his girlfriend
She looks like a winner, doesn't she?
Testified to his motives.
He was continuing to ask her, why are you going to shoot me? What did I do for you to shoot me? Why are we being pulled over? Why do I need to step out of the vehicle?
The prosecution pointed out that the shooting was deliberate and intentional.
That Brandon Bradley told her, you see me, I'm not going to prison. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to prevent her from sending me to prison if I have to shoot and crack her.
But the defense disagreed. They claimed that Bradley...
Defense of lawyers, man. I grant it, we have to have defense lawyers, right? A lot of us truly need defense lawyers because of all the legal crap nowadays. But, man, legal... How do you protect somebody if you know they're guilty? You know what I mean? Somebody is shown on camera, not this case, but somebody's shown on camera doing something. You clearly know they did it. They are on camera. It's their face. It's in HD. And you watched everything unfold. How are you the defense lawyer on that one? You know what I mean? Like, you got to be a great liar.
He had been high on narcotics and wasn't himself.
And that drug bench included marijuana, Xanax, ecstasy, pretty much, you name it, we were involved. They were not in the right frame of mind. She got no explanation for that.
However, an expert toxicologist testified that the evidence doesn't support their conclusion.
And you can't use this blood test done hours later to establish that. It's not possible.
Bradley was found guilty and sentenced to death.
Murder for the unlawful killing of Deputy Barbara Pill. For this crime, the court sentences you to be put to death in the manner prescribed by law.
But
One little piggy, 2 little piggy.
His sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. While it was clear that Brandon Bradley is severely messed up, his actions are similar to that of Marcus Fishburne, who's facing charges for murder in Florida.
The body of 25-year-old Asia Levy was found in a closet at the Green Tree Place Apartments last Friday.
In December 2019, Fishburne fatally stabbed his roommate's girlfriend. 25-year-old Aisha Levy. Fishburne was staying with a friend and his girlfriend when he went crazy and attacked the girl. He then wrapped her body and hid it in the closet.
25-year-old Aisha Levy.
Oh, she's pretty. She's a pretty girl. She was.
She was dating his roommate, who discovered blood and bleach inside their Bay Meadows apartment last week. Police found her body wrapped in plastic in a container in the closet there. Cops arrested Fishburne at a grave.
That dude right there. Well, he's got a tattoo of scissors on his beard or his mustache, it looks like. It's either an X or a pair of scissors. Oh, that's weird.
Greyhound bus station downtown. Fishburne was recently arrested for attacking his own father, a dad in disbelief.
He's not the type of
Might have to
person
let
to
this
just
video play
look
out
at
so
someone
we
and just
can
go off
call
on
it a night.
It's like something had to go on that we don't know anything about.
Fishburne had a violent past and had already assaulted his past girlfriends.
A woman filed a restraining order against Fishburne, claiming he was violent and forced her to have sex with him. Records show he has several arrests in Indiana for 2 different battery charges and evasion of privacy.
While awaiting sentencing in jail, Fishburne stabbed another inmate.
Thick scar on his neck, and said the confrontation occurred after Fishburne stole items from his jail cell. Fishburne denied stealing anything, saying Stripling is a member of the cutthroat jail gang who was threatening him.
In court, he claimed it was for self-defense.
Damn, you didn't have to cut it. That's all I'm saying. You didn't have to cut it.
How did you feel at the time he touched you? I felt like I had to defend myself whether or not.
The jury found him guilty, and now it's time he learns his sentence.
This court finds that death is the appropriate penalty for the defendant, given the highly egregious nature of this crime.
Fishburne is still awaiting his execution. While some may attribute Fishburne's actions to mental illness, it pales in comparison to the unfathomable behavior of 15-year-old Kenneth Young, who's in a Florida court on murder charges.
As much as I know that he wants to be released, I'm not ready to have him walking around where I live, and I'm not moving.
In mid-2000, 14-year-old Young participated in multiple armed robberies after his mother's crack dealer threatened to murder him if he didn't join in. The group had went and robbed several stores at gunpoint over the course of 30 days. Next year, Young was sentenced to 4 life sentences, even though nobody was shot or killed during the robbery. In 2010, the Supreme Court ruled that juveniles should not be handed a life sentence. Due to this ruling, Young was back in court for resentencing. In court, his attorney pointed out his age at the time of the crime and how much he had changed.
Kenneth was 14 years old at the time of the first offense, and all 4 offenses occurred within a 30-day time period. What the state must do is give defendants like Graham some meaningful opportunity to obtain release based on demonstrated maturity and rehabilitation. We're going to show today that Kenneth Young has demonstrated maturity and rehabilitation. And that is what the heart...
I can tell you right now, if he talks, I can tell you if he's rehabilitated. I can tell you 100%.
Of this resentencing.
I can already tell by his face, it's not looking so.
Is all about.
He pointed out that juveniles are easily manipulated by adults and called a criminal psychologist to testify.
Now, based on your evaluations, what is the psychological significance that Kenneth was only 14 and 15 years old at the time of the offenses?
Juveniles are different, one, in terms of their susceptibility to persuasion and their ability to be led by others. Second way they're different. Adolescents take less of a concern and are less able to understand others' perspectives. They're more self-focused. And many people who have adolescents kind of realize that during their teenage years.
Young even assured the judge that he had turned a new leaf.
First and foremost, Your Honor, I want to take the time out and say I take full responsibility for my actions and my role in these crimes. I have lived with regret every day as a civilized human being for these crimes. I have been incarcerated for 11 years.
I understand writing stuff down, but I really think stuff like this should be said from the heart, not from a piece of paper.
And I have taken advantage of every opportunity available for me in prison to better myself. I have been a model prisoner while being incarcerated. I have been in educational programs. I have taken care of elderly inmates. I have worked with mental inmates. Also, I have learned that the condition of your mind creates the condition of your way.
That is true. That is true. You are not wrong. You can always find experts that have the same view that you're looking for. That is true. And if you have a lawyer or somebody writing this down for you, you're gonna sound better than you are. Like, this should be something that legit should be said without looking down. That's what a lot of this stuff gets me in the political world. You know, stuff like that is these people look down all the time or are reading off of a piece of paper this whole time. Speak from your mind, not what you and your buddies wrote down.
So I strive every day for good standards. I am no longer the same person I used to be. I have people who believe in me, and most of all, family who supports me. 1 Corinthians chapter 33, verse 11 say,
putting a Bible verse in there does not mean you're a Christian. I'll tell you that right now. You can repeat Bible verses all day long and still go to the devil church. Like, it's words.
When I was a child, I thought I was a child. But when I became a man, I put away all childish things. I want to turn around and apologize to my victim for what I did. I take full responsibility now.
That almost looks like fear in her eyes, you know?
Apologize for that. Thank you, Your Honor.
The devastated mother begged for his son to be released.
Please, Your Honor, help me put my family back together.
But the victims of the robbery have not gotten over the trauma of that incident.
How long was the gun held to your head?
It didn't seem like it was that long, but it was long enough.
Now, are the assailants
any gun to your head's long enough.
saying anything to you?
Oh yeah, they are wanting to know where the safe is, where's the money.
Exactly. Blah, blah, blah. Ugh, I'm with you.
You need to tell us, otherwise, you know, some explicatives, you know, your butt, the whole thing.
Tell us what they said, man.
Really?
I want to hear word for word.
Well, they wanted to know where the damn money was. If we didn't tell them, they were going to shoot our ass. They were, you know, kicking us. One of them actually put the gun on my head. I had a bruise for days. I had photos of it I can't find.
Ma'am, what are you thinking at the point that you have this gun to your head?
God and I are good. Well, I went through a checklist that fast. God and I are good. You know, when they say your life flashes before your eyes, it does. As much as I know that he wants to be released.
That guy does not look like he gives a shit.
I'm not ready to have him walking around where I live, and I'm not moving.
In the end, the judge resentenced him to 30 years.
You will not get. That does not look like the face of a person that cares. That looks like the face of a person that's going to go knocking on her door again. That's what it looks like.
Get it, sir, because you do not deserve it.
After a review, the sentence...
That lick of his lips at the very end was, I'm going to get you. That's what that was.
This was reduced to 21 years. While Young's actions could certainly be dismissed as an effect of juvenile actions, the same can't be said for the case of Seth South, who is facing charges for double murder in Washington.
South is accused of stabbing his two half-brothers to death inside their home in Poulsbo on Wednesday.
I can give the answer now. Nobody would disagree with me.
In October 2024, South called the police and reported that his brothers, 16-year-old Sebastian and 17-year-old Scotty, were dead. He readily admitted to killing them. The police eventually caught up with him as he was trying to escape.
Driver, show me your hands! Hands out the window! Keep your hands out the window! If you reach in that car, I'm gonna shoot you. Do you understand me? Step out. Get on the ground. On the ground, on the ground, on the ground.
At least he knows what to expect.
His attorney claimed he was mentally incompetent and should be in a hospital.
Lawyers asked for a mental competency evaluation. The prosecution stating the 23-year-old was a risk to himself and others.
The defendant, for the reasons stated, is an extreme risk of murder to another brother that is at large in our community.
As if to prove that he's mentally ill, he interrupted the judge.
I can give the answer right now.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the next...
Nobody would disagree with me.
And even turned to leave the court.
It's accomplished.
During Thursday's court appearance, South attempted to make multiple comments. He even tried walking away before correction officers grabbed him, keeping him in place.
Luckily, the officers restrained him. If found guilty, South will likely get the death penalty. Let's not forget the shocking incident involving Russell Burrell, who's facing murder charges in Rhode Island.
You took the life of her son, my grandson, for what? I don't desire revenge, but I do ask for justice and to impose the maximum penalty as the law allows.
On a tragic day in July 2012, 16-year-old Burrell, without any provocation, fatally shot 3 people in a housing complex.
He shot and killed 3 people in July of 2012 in Providence. 22-year-old Shamika Barrows, her boyfriend, 23-year-old Michael Martin, and a friend of theirs, 22-year-old Damian Cologne.
During the trial, the prosecution told the court how everything happened.
Bullets fired by Russell Burrell struck and killed both Michael Martin and Damian Cologne. As Russell Burrell was firing at Mr. Martin and Mr. Cologne in the kitchen, Shamika Barrows woke up from the couch in the living room.
In a touching moment, one of the victim's grandmothers addressed Burrell.
You took the life of her son, my grandson, for what? You committed a horrible, evil act, murdering 3 precious persons, resulting from your sick soul. I don't desire revenge, but I do ask for justice and to impose the maximum penalty as the law allows.
The victim's mother also had some words for him.
Every day comes with the struggle of having to walk past his bedroom door. Another day that she'll pass without hearing his voice or seeing a smile that would light up a room. There's a void and a hole and an emptiness in my life that will never be filled.
Burrell received a life sentence.
That is freaking crazy. That's what that is. That's crazy. Crazy pants. What do you guys think about all that? Whoa. That is just nuts, isn't it? That's that's crazy. Give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to fix this real quick. Okay, we'll get this over here. Switch this over to here. I started another scene. Sorry about that. I started another scene and forgot to throw a microphone on it. That would be this other scene over here. Shoot. You can hear me now, right? I think if I switch, you can't. All right, so what do I got to do to this one then? Audio input capture. See, I will get this figured out and get everything lined up pretty soon. Now you should be able to hear me. Oh, goodness sakes. Froggy, you made it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We were online now for the last holy hour and 44 minutes. Truly awesome to have some people hanging out with me. That was a good show. I wish I could get my file to work properly. I don't know why. It works if I play it. But that's weird. It works if I play it, but it won't work any other way. All right, so let's try. Let's try this one. One of these has got to work. So we'll add, I think it's a media source. We'll try that. I spelled that wrong, but I don't care. Getting a little tuckered I am. We'll loop that. Is that going to work? Let me try this. It did work. All right. but it's really small. So let's see if I can make that bigger. Ouch. Transform, fit to screen. Now let's see what happens. So that did work. I'm here at work till 11. All right. You're how many hours behind me? FK. Holy crap. Good seeing you, brother. Back now. That was you saying that earlier. Oh, goodness. Getting late over where I am. Let's see if I can switch this back. I like the other one better, even though it's kind of faster. Let's see if I can get this one to work. Yeah. There we go. I think I'll use that one. We'll loop that. And then I need some kind of ending music. Let's see if I can find some of that. Trying to get something set up so I can play around a little bit with doing some live shows here and there. We got a few other people that do some live shows, and it's kind of fun to hang out with everybody. So we're going to do this. We're going to go to audio library. Let's see if I can find a good outro song. Let's see here. We'll switch this over so you guys can see what I'm doing too. So we're going to find something cool for an exit. I don't want none of that slow crap. Sorry about your ears on that one. Okey Pete's. Alright. Man, that just gets loud, doesn't it? Ooh, this could be a good ending song. You go live too, Froggy? You do live shows now? What do you think of that for an ending song? It's kind of repetitious. How about some rock and roll? I mean, I'm not really sure what the rock sounds like, but let's give it a try. We'll do rock, not really dramatic, maybe angry rock. Let's try angry rock. Let's see what we have here. That was... Okay. I kind of like that. I think I'll use that one. All right, so we're going to go to the thanks to watching screen, add a media source. I think this will be the music. And don't want it to loop really. So we'll do that. And we'll see what happens if I hit the ending screen. I turned it down, so hopefully it wasn't too loud when I turned it down. Good for a den party. Doggone good. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate you so much. Froggy, FK, Ellsworth. I think he done passed out. I really appreciate y'all showing up. I was just on a live earlier with Wrench. Wahoo, you as well. Wrench McNome, the mayor. I was on a live with him doing his 1 hour show. Generally, it's every Saturday. Every Saturday. Here, give me a second. Let me find where the channel is here. Hold on. We'll do this. / at. I think, what is it? World of Weird News. Did I spell it right? I did. All right. So this right here is his channel. It's called World of Weird News. And it looks like there's one video. There is one video here. I did put a video together for him using one of his lives that he did. So this is that video. Go watch that. 46 views. Pretty decent. We got 233 subs at the moment on the channel. There's 3 of us doing the show at the moment. And there's tons of live shows to watch. So you can go through and see the live shows. I got to make a new intro because that one's starting to get old. So we have new music and new intro we're working on. But this is Wrench, if you've seen Wrench before.
I'm watching from the TV. Tell her hello for her. So hello from Okie.
Hopefully our meat doesn't. And then spoil so we can have it back next week. So yep, that's us on our show. So feel free to go over there and give that one a like and subscribe, please, because that helps us out. And anything we can do to help a friend is the way to do life. So. Let's do what we can to try to make life better for people. And with that, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Before I do, Ellsworth hasn't talked in a while. So Lacey has had 55 seizures in 2.5 hours. Was it, Lynn? Is that what he said? 2.5 hours? I think that's what he said. I could be wrong, but 55 seizures. So she's struggle bussing. She's struggle bussing. So he's asking for prayers, and definitely prayers could be used. Yes, I agree. The poor girl. It seems like they're just getting worse and worse and worse. Oh, 2.5 days. That's what it was. 2.5 days. Thank you. My old brain's getting old. Froggy, where are you at on TikTok? I'm not sure if you're on my Facebook. If you're on my Facebook, look up facebook.com/Rick Palmer, RICKPALMER, and look that up and add me on there. And then you can, from there, you can link me your TikTok, and I will gladly add you. I don't do much on TikTok because, I get confused with that kind of stuff. But I was doing TikTok videos and stuff, but I haven't for whatever reason. This is my Facebook. So if you get that right there, that is my Facebook. Feel free to add that. You can link it on there. That's fine. Most definitely. World of Weird is a great place to be, I'll tell you that. So, I would say we can stay and hang out longer, but I don't know. I think it's time to, as my friend says, get vertical. I want to go watch other people doing shows now, so I'm going to go do that. And, maybe we can do some guest shows again. Maybe next Saturday. I'll see if I can get... I'll have to see if I can get Wrench in here, and maybe, I don't know, maybe John Lindy. Maybe see if I can get John Lindy to show up. We could hang out and watch some videos or something. That'd be kind of cool. What do you think? Ooh. That would be cool. Well, that's the end of the poll right there. 100% says OG Rant Den parties with guests and none of the other stuff. Except Lynn. Lynn likes it all. But I'm guessing OG parties is the best. So, I don't know. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll do some OG parties and do some venting and all that good stuff. You're about to watch goats giving birth? Sounds amazing. That's a dad joke gone wrong. All right. Much love. I hate to go. Much love. Got to. Much love. All that other good stuff. Maybe next time I'll turn my lights back on and my lava lamp and all that good stuff. But I have my OBS set up pretty good, and I think we're good. So till next time, peace, love, and all that other good stuff. We'll catch you. I hope that's not too loud. Is that too loud? That video is so freaking fast and flashy. It's almost too much, isn't it? It's almost too much. Can I slow that down a little? That's almost too flashy. I don't know if I like that. I think that's better. That other one was